Hello and welcome back to a new video today where we're going to be discussing Vigilante pedo hunters. Seems to be a bit of a meta right now as far as internet content goes, specifically Kick. The main focus today will be on king piece of shit VitalyTV and his unusual comeback the last year or two as some sort of, vigilante justice server as he's turned this kind of pedo hunting into this entertainment-filled stream where he brings on guests and they do these crazy things to, own the bad guys.
So you want to fix it?
In my opinion, he is a leech that will suck on every single teat available to him to milk some sort of money and fame and attention out of the internet. And one of the lowest hanging fruits and easiest ways to do that is to be like, hey, what is a demographic of people that everyone hates? People that take advantage of children, sure. So I can just kind of have free reign and do whatever I want now. And so that's kind of what he's been doing.
You're such a pedo. Oh, you ready for this part?
Yeah, run it up.
You're such a When the first time they asked you on sparking or still? I'm a sick. I like to quit fuck. I'm a sick.
So when I first saw this clip, my brain literally melted. I just can't even so we've planned out this stream where we're baiting someone who is allegedly a predator. We've invited Lil Pump on to perform while I'm spray painting the predator's head in front of a live audience. Like, what in the fucking world is happening? And the crazy part is it's tough to come out and be the guy that's like, hey, I don't like what they're doing, because ultimately, what is it, like an alleged predator getting humiliated in public? But if you know nothing about Vitaly, he is one of the OGs on the internet. He's been around for a decade plus, grew a huge following doing very abrasive pranks, all types of shit. He kind of embodies most of the things I typically despise about social media, not to mention his weird steroid phase. And then, I don't know, it was 2018 or 19 where he allegedly was tripping on mushrooms and beat the absolute brakes off a random woman that was jogging, that turned into this long drawn out lawsuit that is now closed. Just a lot of weird shit has come from him. So this has clearly caused a big stir in the community over the last several months. There's been a lot of copycat people doing this type of thing. Kick, as we know, is kind of a cesspool of these, IRL live streaming people that are just doing anything and everything to catch a little shred of attention. The worst of humanity, quite frankly, just desperate for views and people's attention.
Yeah, come here. I want to talk to you. Guys, back away. Sorry, walk away. Move, go right here. What's up? Trying to meet the 15-year-old. You want to meet?
That is Ty Dolla $. It's still so hard for me to believe that he has these celebrity guest appearances on his pedo hunting videos. It's like a blend of some stupid MTV shit in the 90s, and then Chris Hansen, but not regulated, done only with the attention of entertainment.
Oh, you're a fucking rapist, bro. That's what you fucking are, bro. Watch out, guys. Go here. Go over here. Go there. Turn around.
Yeah. Just spark up a little blunt mid pedo head shaving. Totally wild. Throwing firecrackers at him. And I mean, these are just little highlights. A lot of this stuff goes viral on Twitter, these little clips, but his streams are 5-6 hours long at some points. One that I'll be referencing today is a stream that he did with Steve Will Do It, where they kind of go through the same formula. It's always kind of the same formula. So according to them, they have a couple of people pose as minors to bait potential pedos on the internet, standard operating procedure. They document conversations and plan a meetup. They compile a few of those people and turn it into a stream, basically. So there are some streams where it's multiple sting operations, if you will. They get some sort of special celebrity guest or some guests to join along, and they go to the meetup spot. They have some sort of harassment planned for these individuals, and they film it as it unfolds. The cops are called sometimes, not all the time. There's not typically any arrests, or there's no confirmation of charges or anything. They just kind of have this finale of embarrassing the potential predator with some sort of prank or whatever, and then they just escape or run away and are let go. And that's the end of that. Not really sure what the benefit of this is other than for their own personal gain in clicks. I suppose you could argue that it is beneficial to have these people's faces out there and them embarrassed, and possibly could dissuade them from doing things in the future, or could potentially ruin their own personal life if those clips go viral, you know, at their place of employment, whatever else. And certainly this isn't like, you know, this type of thing has been around for a long time. Obviously, Chris Hansen really popularized this as it was televised on TV. I would like to think that there was a lot more checks and balances from Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator series back in the day. My understanding is that that whole thing folded up because someone legit just like pulled the trigger and blew their own head off in front of Chris, and they were like, well, we can't be doing this anymore. I think it was actually like an ex-police chief that they rolled up on, and before they could do anything, he just whatever. But all that's to say, Vitaly is not this lone wolf, right? Since social media and the proliferation of the democratized access to creation of content and being able to find audiences, this kind of vigilante justice pedo hunting thing has created quite a community of people that not only like to do it, but also people, you know, viewers and fans that like to watch it for, you know, understandable reasons, I think. I do think there are people that do it better than Vitaly and are doing it with a genuine intention of trying to keep these people off the street, expose these people if they're, you know, online trying to meet up with children. And I don't have a lot of negative things to say about that, really. I just think Vitaly specifically, the way he does it, the way he executes it, it feels like he's riding off the coattails and kind of exploiting this particular genre of content 1000% for his own gain. You could probably tell him that the kid that he's potentially protecting is gonna, you know, get thrown in a wood chipper after his stream's done, and he'd be like, yeah, I don't care, as long as I get views and clicks, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Let's see, look, is that a gun? It's a fucking gun, bro.
Get one more customer and then ask, I guess.
Vitaly, Myron, and Sneeko caught a man who came to their house with photos, videos of children, and weapons.
So both of you guys are cool with me being 37, question mark. Do you have any other pics? And they respond, yes, we're cool with it. Are you cool with us being 14 and 15? And you respond, I mean, I just don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? So you knew what you were doing was illegal.
Yeah.
Possession. And then what was the sex crime that you got arrested for before?
So possession.
Oh, possession of pornography. Oh, okay. You phrased it in a way as if it was possession of drugs. Okay. Were you planning on having sex with the two kids that you met today? Just keep it real, bro. It's all out there anyway. I mean, you're here with whipped cream on your chest, eating pizza, listening to Nelly Hot in Here.
Do you have pornography on your phone or any devices that you own?
Oh, so they sit him down for a polygraph test?
Do you know who Neon is?
Why? What fucking kind of question
you know
is that?
Neon?
Do you think I'm attractive?
Are you like
This
addicted to
Wednesday,
it?
spread this shit everywhere. Fucking asshole when you get fucked in jail. You understand me? You stupid motherfucker.
It's just hard for me because of my general disdain for Vitaly to get behind it and be like, hell yeah. Because I do think you get to a point with this once you're running this successful show where you might not always be able to find a candidate and you have to start hiring actors or start to script or invent certain scenarios that aren't real. I mean, we've seen that with all, like a lot of the popular To Catch a Cheater shows on YouTube and stuff that's gone super viral over the years, where it's just very obvious that, you know, these are paid actors or things are being orchestrated on purpose. And when you're talking about something as serious as child predation, I'd like that not to come into play, and Vitaly would be the type of person to make that happen. So I'm super conflicted on the whole thing because I'm like, A, I'm disgusted at like how seemingly easy it is to just find someone on the internet that's ready to meet up with kids. But, you know, we unfortunately do live in quite an evil world, and that is probably just the reality. I can't fucking get over this clip, though. Look.
Such a fucking pedo. Oh, you ready for this part?
A Lil Pump concert, spray painting his head with a live audience on live stream. It's like, man, how far we've come since the Chris Hansen, why don't you take a seat over there days, right? Just like, I guess this is just the new iteration of pedo hunting in, you know, 2024. But man, it's fucking crazy. I want to talk a little bit about kind of the online sentiment, you know, just about some of this stuff.
Should we talk about Vitaly and how he knows where every pedophile is on the planet?
Yeah, we could.
I think we need to have that discussion. So there's all these guys that are streaming. It's not just one channel. And they all catch pedophiles. And then they all humiliate them. And I think they just let them go back out there.
It's like
into the world.
catch and release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm curious about is why, one, are they not getting arrested? And then two, how do they find them? Like, what is happening in content?
I can't decide if this is great or bad.
Yeah, I know.
So here's the thing. It is tricky, right? Because even though they don't get arrested, they get humiliated.
And some do get arrested. I
And some
watched some of the streams where some of them got arrested.
Okay.
Whether or not they get charged, I don't know. But some of them do.
They're at least arrested,
Yeah.
but they might not even end up going to jail.
Right.
But are they even arrested? Vitaly has been known time and time again to hire paid actor cops, fake cops to pull off his pranks and stuff like that. So I wouldn't for a second put it past him to hire fake police to make it seem like they're making an arrest to assuage people's negative, inclinations or negative opinions of how he handles it.
And then we have to have that conversation, where it's like, you're not keeping them off the streets and you're just making money off it. Are you making money off of child porn? Like, it's kind of what it is, right?
I'm with him on the first half. I'm not sure. I don't know if I would call it the same as making money off of CP. I see the angle he's trying to get there. Like, what Vitaly is doing, he is exploiting the ease of getting people riled up against this common target. Like, there is no easier way to unify most people than being like, hey, this is a person that preys on children. And then you're taking that and you're adding in these entertainment layers of like the humiliation rituals, the guest appearances by celebrities, Lil Pump rapping while you're shaving at someone's head, or spray painting Ty Dolla $ign, smoking a blunt while you're shaving a dude's head. So there is this weird feeling of exploitation to me around a very serious topic. But again, there's kind of this moral dilemma, because if these are legitimate predators online that are getting humiliated, I don't really have a problem with that. This person says, I think they achieve very little except for getting the low-hanging fruit, i.e. those who are so stupid or incautious that they would have got themselves caught anyways. It makes smarter pedos realize they need to be more careful and take more drastic measures to conceal their abuse. Also, these groups seem to be largely comprised of angry men who enjoy bullying and confrontation. Their cries about protecting children ring a little hollow to me. I absolutely agree with that last part. If this wasn't lucrative and an easy way to get attention, Vitaly would have absolutely zero interest in this whatsoever. Vitaly's the only person that makes you rethink not siding with the pedophile. Not only that, one of these guys gets a decent lawyer, and the only part of that video that will matter will be the assault. Just turn everything over to the authorities. He ain't Batman, and he is basically keeping them on the street to prey on more victims. So there is, there is levels of assault. There's video clips that I won't show of one of the alleged predators getting knocked out by somebody, I think a bystander. There's just no way that, if this continues on, that it's not going to end in somebody getting killed or shot or maimed or whatever the hell it is. There's already been cases of other vigilante pedo hunters getting killed. This is a Michigan guy who had started to get a little following on Instagram as this kind of, vigilante predator hunter that went by Bupak Shakur. Built a following posting confrontation videos. I know nothing about this guy except that one night he approached two young men at a restaurant, accused them of being a pedo. One of them pulled a knife, the other dude pulled a gun, shot him a bunch of times, killed him on the spot. Interestingly, the two kids that he approached about being pedos were both teenagers, 17 and 18. So again, I don't know the story of this, but there's definitely I think a large swath of people that are in this demographic that are more interested in the confrontation and the creating content than they are about vetting actual predators and making sure that they're not going up to the wrong people and making a very serious claim. I've seen kids go around as a prank and just go up to random men in grocery stores and be like, yo, this dude's a predator, like just as like a ha-ha snicker to get, to try to make this cute little TikTok or viral Instagram video. And it's like, man, this is not a subject to be exploiting for your own personal gain. And unfortunately, it's the only thing I can see this as, at least in Vitaly's case.
Your name?
This was the Bradley Martin clip.
What's your
that went
name?
viral.
Who are you? What's your name?
Who are you?
Why are you suing my fucking daughter? What's your name? What is your name?
Boris. My name is Boris.
Boris, what's your name? Shake my hand.
What's the problem?
Why are you suing my daughter? You know how old she is?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
What the fuck you thought was gonna happen here?
Nothing. We're gonna have a pizza. I don't know.
Pizza? Yeah, you don't know? How old is she?
Brad.
You know how old she is?
I messed with her. She was 23.
23. Is that what the conversation looked like?
You want the text messages? She was 23 on a
23.
dating site.
On a dating site?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was 23 on
How old is she?
site. I have no idea.
Lila, how old are you?
I'm sorry. She was 23 on a dating site. All we've done is
So
talk.
she didn't tell you how old she was?
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She said she was 15.
How did she tell you how old she actually is?
She said she's
15.
15.
She said she's 15. Why are you here? Why are you sitting here?
I'm just having a
With a fucking 15-year-old?
pizza.
Piece of pizza with a fucking 15-year-old.
It's not against
You think
the
that's
law.
okay?
It's not against the law.
It's not against the law.
No.
Is that all you spoke? Yeah.
This is actually, I think, one of the first viral clips I saw from these kind of streams from Vitaly, and I've seen a lot of stuff from Bradley as well, so that's why it caught my attention. This seems very legit. I mean, this guy's name is Herschel Weingrod. He's like an ex-Nickelodeon producer or something.
Wait.
So he goes on to start walking away.
Well,
They
if I was
literally
trying
hit
to
him with,
meet a
like,
15-year-old.
glitter cannons.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, it's not a boy, it's a girl.
Whoa. 15-year-old.
Trying to meet a 15-year-old. Okay.
So then, like, he just leaves, and that's it. Again, this is a long stream. I certainly haven't watched all of it. I've just seen these clips on Twitter. So if this man now goes viral, this dude who's had this prestigious career in Hollywood, big surprise there, and he's now gone viral from this Vitaly clip and is probably disgraced and embarrassed. Like, obviously, his circle is going to see it, his family's going to see it, his colleagues, people he knows in his real life. I guess net good. Like, if you're going to meet up with what is apparently a 15-year-old girl for, pizza or whatever, sure, buddy, typical talk from these dudes. It's like, oh, we're just going to hang out and have a conversation. Like, I have no problem with you being humiliated in public. Love to see there be some type of charge, quite frankly. So this is one of those times where this was a little more straightforward. It wasn't like a Lil Pump concert, which just makes my brain fucking shit its pants. This one I'm like, okay, but again, it's like, how long can you do this and continue to do this type of thing before you start to have to keep elevating and raising the bar for entertainment value, right? You can't, it's just, otherwise people will move on to something else. So there will be a point where he probably escalates at Vitaly, which is he's a master of doing. Here's a classic of Aiden Ross and Vitaly making one of these guys drink out of a dog bowl.
Stay down!
Come on, man. I didn't do anything, bro.
Look, you're right.
Listen to the mic, bro.
Fucking ate it.
Yeah, you knew it was gonna happen.
You deserve death. 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 You deserve... Man, you wanted to fuck him in the ass, bro.
No, I did not.
Man, you wanted to fuck him in the ass.
When the hell did I say that?
Man, I know you want to fuck him in the ass. He looks like a nice little 15-year-old boy. You want to fuck him.
No, bro.
Disgusting.
You're gonna drink, motherfucker.
No, come on. Oh, my man.
So they're like assaulting this dude, and then they make him drink from a dog bowl.
Good doggy. Come on. Yo, what is
Cuff him. Cuff him, you dumbass motherfucker.
And then it's like, and then he just runs away, and it's like, whatever. But hey, we got the viral clip, right? That's really all that matters. Like, who cares? This is a longer comment, but I want to read a part of it because I think it sums up how I feel in a lot of ways. This guy says, there's no doubt in my mind that these people are only and explicitly doing this regarding Vitaly and whoever else on Kick doing this type of thing because they have finally found a group of people that they are allowed to do basically whatever they want to without serious repercussions. Totally agree. What they are doing in many cases could jeopardize any legitimate law enforcement attempts to catch and prosecute these pedos. Many people in law enforcement were actually against Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator back in the day because of the legalities of entrapment, even when the show had a whole team coordinating with law enforcement following a host of procedures. There were even judges throwing out To Catch a Predator cases because of the intricacies involved. So that's a very good point. Like, even with a whole production team trying to do this in a way that wouldn't have it thrown out in court, clearly Vitaly is not taking any sort of precautions in that sense. You can't go into court and show this clip of them beating this dude and making him drink from the dog bowl and be like, officer, here's my proof, and put him in jail, please. It's like, if anything, Vitaly will be the one ending up getting charged with something, and these predators will continue to walk free and continue to prey on kids on the internet or whatever. My genuine fear is that many of these people that are being entrapped by these Kick streams are so far down the IQ point skill tree, they are basically trapping clinically retarded adults and then hazing, borderline torturing them in front of live audiences. There's no room for rehab or growth from these encounters. They are just straight up ruining their lives. And just to be clear, true predatory pedophiles deserve to have their lives ruined. I think we all agree on that. They deserve federal prison time and to be on the sex offender registry so they are tracked for the rest of their lives. These streams are gross and should not be applauded or platformed. Also, before someone replies some bullshit like, oh, I can't believe you are advocating for pedophiles, etc., etc. Right. I think that's where this moral dilemma comes in, because what he is saying, I think, is right on the money. But the flip side of it is like, yeah, it's also just these people getting exposed for something that's heinous. So I don't know, man. I'm curious what you guys think about this type of thing. Like, there is a level of grossness to what they're doing, but I think we're so desensitized now on the internet where it's easy just easy cannon fodder for us to just point and laugh and be like, yeah, get him, send him to the gulag or whatever. There's not a lot of humanity left online, but the flip side of that is like, it's hard to feel humanity for people that are willing to, you know, try and meet up with a child for explicit acts. So this is a 6-hour live stream that Vitaly did with Steve Will Do It, which I mentioned previously.
Chat, are you guys ready? All right, what's the evidence on this guy, guys? You want to read out loud?
Let's read it, okay. So look, this guy was like, yes, I can't wait for you to fuck me. I'm glad you don't care that I'm only 11 years old.
This is crazy.
Like,
see, I'm sorry. I just see Steve gives giveaways and change people's lives. Well, he's about to change. You got him
There's something different. There's something different.
It's just so surreal. So they just kind of like sit around and laugh at these transcripts that they've allegedly farmed from, you know, like that Reddit comment said, what seems to be clinically retarded people. And he looks fucked up too. He's probably banged up on pills or booze of some sort. They read the scripts, they get a good laugh out of it, and then they plan out, you know, what prank they're gonna do as they take bong rips and drink tequila together. And
I said, what are you gonna be wearing? He said, I'll be wearing a striped shirt and blue slacks. He said, did you say you were spending the night? I said, okay, perfect, yeah, I can if that's okay. He said, sure it is. What will you tell your parents?
We got enough evidence to call the cops on this one. We'll get him locked up.
I said, well, I can just say I'm spending the night at a friend's house.
yeah, he says that, but I'm not sure that that's ever happened.
Okay, well,
like, we'll get him locked up. Like, that's not really how that works, I don't think. So this one apparently is a 62-year-old dude, in this case with Steve Will Do It, that's talking to a pretend 15-year-old male. The plan is to surprise him with confetti and a check and pretend he's on a game show. I don't know.
Steve, have that money hanging in the front of the check.
Okay.
Ready, Steve?
Yeah, ready.
Confetti, where's the confetti? Where's the other confetti? All right, Rio, come here.
What up, bro?
Go, Steve, go. All right. You're on the game show. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Woo! Woo!
So you're on a show. What would you
do?
Where we set up, we have a fake decoy, and it's what would you do if you had an opportunity to have sex with a 15-year-old? And what would you do? You won $69,000 because you did the right thing. And congrats. Okay. Because what you did was
buying alcohol for minor too. That's crazy.
This is mine.
Yeah.
Wait.
Why are you shaking? You're good.
No, but you.
Bareback bottom boy, huh? Bareback bottom boy. How about you fuck me? Am I too old for you?
Wait a second.
Am I too old?
You said no, right? Did you say no? You said no.
Yeah, he said no. He said no. I said no.
Oh, you said no. Congrats. 69,000. Here.
You won the money. You said no. You won the money.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Let's go.
perfect. Hell yeah.
What would you do? You seen that show?
No.
So they're pretending to reward him for doing the right thing, but then they realize later he was going to go through with it, and they keep asking him the same thing over and over. Is he?
Go ahead. That's good, boy.
Oh, we're back at the Jack in the Box. Also, I didn't mean to touch you. I didn't mean to touch you. God judges you, not Donald Trump.
They finally get him to say that he fucked up.
He's like just acting so casual and normal.
Why do you like little boys?
Sarah, just explain us how you feel and what's going on through your head, and what you're just so sorry to Chad. Sarah, it is what it is.
It's so much
I
fun.
understand that.
You've done this multiple times.
You
fucked up. You just admitted it. That's all we wanted. So admit you fucked up.
Yes.
That's a bad fuck up, dog. A lot of people fuck up in life.
I said no.
You should have said no. So why did you say yes?
I don't know.
Just why did you say yes? You've done this before. Just
I've never done this before.
You've done this before.
I have never.
I remember you from my childhood. You've done this before.
What?
I don't remember me from your childhood.
Okay.
Because I've never done this before.
All right. I hope that was not you, pedophile Bob.
Fuck, this guy is just so cringe.
They're going to figure it out. I do have faith that Vegas is going to do the right thing and take him in. We've turned over all the evidence to them. They've got text messages and videos and confirmation of what the gentleman was going to wear when he showed up here. So they got no reason to take him in and send him to jail. He's a pedo.
Let's tell the cop because he looks like he's starting.
No, they don't want to be on camera.
Huh?
They don't really want to be on camera.
Really? No. 3 more is gonna come.
Yeah.
Guys, Chad, should we do 3 predators at the same time in the store? And when they run out, the cops are already there.
Yeah, exactly. If they
let's do 3 at the same time. That'll be the greatest fucking history moment of all eternity of life.
Yeah, I don't know. Now he's talking about like 3 more coming to the store. He's like playing Pokemon, got to catch them all apparently on this live stream. The stream goes on forever. They continue calling like alleged predators. They try to get one to meet up with them in a casino. I don't really know what else happens in the stream, but eventually the stream just ends with like Steve ordering a bunch of food, buying a gold chain for Vitaly, as Steve likes to do, and then they just gamble on steak for a while, which is obviously part of Vitaly's contract because steak owns Kick. So the whole thing's incredibly chaotic. There seems to be some organic moments. Obviously, a lot of it is planned in advance. I guess that is the appeal of live streams, though, is, you know, you never truly know what's going to happen if you're, you know, catching these predators and assaulting people on live stream. There was a point in that stream though where, you know, Vitaly's like, oh yeah, we called the cops, we have enough evidence for this one or whatever, but he then goes on to say, this is why we don't like calling the cops, because now we have to stay here as part of the evidence. As if he's bothered that, oh God, they're cutting into my stream time. Now I have to stay and, like, you know, be a witness. It's like, you're gonna do this whole ass stream and then just expect to be like, oh, here's a transcript, here's a guy covered in glitter, like, see you later, throw him in jail. Like, brother, that's not how due process works. Like, that's not how these things work. In the about section of Vitaly's Kick page, he also suggests that, you know, everything that he does, the stunts, the challenges, he calls them, are done and performed by professionals in a controlled environment solely for entertainment purposes only. So regardless of the outcome, I don't think there's a shred or morsel of Vitaly's heart or soul that genuinely cares about what he's doing on a humane level. It's 100% just like, hey, how can we exploit this particular genre in order to benefit ourselves and enrich our own lives? I see this like in a weird way. I've done videos in the past about these TikTokers who exploit like homeless people and like, you know, they're just constantly making videos of like buying these guys food or like doing this thing for a homeless guy, and they become like this main character on their channel, and they do like this sad music, and they're always like, yo, I saw this dude sitting outside the store, so I bought him this. And like, you'll watch this reoccurring character, and it's clear that the homeless person then becomes in on these little skits. It becomes them just exploiting these unhoused people for their own gain, gaining millions of followers by trying to, you know, garner sympathy points through buying them a soda or a sandwich or something. And you'd see the comments of these videos like, oh, you're such a good person, the world needs more people like you like this. And I just can't get over the fact that they're just enriching themselves by, you know, trying to pull on the heartstrings of people using the hardships of others. If there was true desire for Vitaly et al. For justice and taking care of these shitty people, I think they'd gather the evidence that they have and immediately go to the law enforcement or turn it over to the police so they can build cases on them and actually have them locked up and not deal with this possible entrapment fiasco. But of course, the problem with that is that doesn't make for good content, and you can't ink multi-million-dollar streaming deals if you're just doing all that behind the scenes, so that's never gonna happen. All that's to say is anyone willingly and intentionally trying to take advantage of a child can be thrown in a wood chipper. I wouldn't lose an ounce of sleep, but who is Vitaly to go around and deliver this kind of, you know, humiliation justice? Even though from a logical perspective, it seems like they're doing more harm than good, maybe there could be a world in which people become a bit more afraid of doing things like this so they don't end up a victim of this vigilante justice. So maybe that's some sort of silver lining. The flip side of that line of thinking is maybe it would make potential predators better or more vigilant in hiding their evil inclinations. Now, I think much like that comment on Reddit we read earlier, these type of people we're dealing with are low IQ, borderline mentally retarded anyway, so I'm not sure that this is going to kind of create some sort of deterrent, because people like this are probably just going to end up getting caught anyways. But I am curious what you guys think about this. Is it a net good, right? Or, you know, for me personally, it's just so hard to see past Vitaly being a piece of shit. Just because I've known him for the past decade and have just always thought pretty poorly of him. I think it's quite obvious that he's only doing this to enrich himself, but even if that's true, is there a net benefit by this kind of public humiliation ritual around these people that are allegedly trying to meet up with minors online? I think the underlying theme is that humanity is just cooked, quite frankly, and, you know, this is just a new iteration of entertainment. From How to Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen to Vigilante Justice with VitalyTV on Kick.com. Make sure you gamble on steak after the stream's over. What a time to be alive. As always, I appreciate your guys' time, and thank you so much for being here as I'm kind of wrestling with this myself, watching all these clips go viral, trying to decide what the fuck I think about it. We'll see how it plays out. I think eventually someone's probably gonna get killed and no one will be surprised. And whether that's a bad guy or a theoretical good guy, time will tell. Make sure you hip thrust that motherfucking like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. That would mean the world. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.